how do you ensure a bad candidate fails an interview? To keep things simple, there's a candidate applying for a position that I personally know to be a horrible fit for the team. Poor work ethic, toxic, not a team player, etc. Problem is, this person interviews very well, and the rest of the interview panel may be easily swayed. In what way could I possibly ensure this candidate does poorly in this interview to keep our team from making a poor decision? To further complicate things, our boss only takes one person's opinion over the rest of the panel, and this person is easily swayed and makes a lot of poor choices. Are there some particular questions I can ask that would reveal this person as a poor fit? How can I stop this person from being hired? Any help appreciated. Yeah, I would say that's not the place. I mean, you just ask them the same questions that you ask anybody else. If you do anything else, or you start grilling them in a way that is different than you handle any other candidate interviewing for a job you may come across as salty, you come across as unprofessional. That's definitely not what you do. What you do instead is you have a candid conversation with your manager and say, hey, I know this person from X capacity. They interview really well. They're a really good interviewer. But I've had the opportunity to work with them as a teammate. I've had an opportunity to do this. I've had the opportunity to do that, and I just know that they're not a good fit for the team. And I know that they haven't changed because of X. If you know they haven't changed, maybe they have changed. Um, but what I'd say is, boss, I I think that they'd really mess up our team dynamic. And a lot of interviewing people is obviously, can you do the job technically? But also a large part of interviewing is behavioral. Would you be a good fit for our team? And if you like the team dynamic that you're in right now, and it's a good working team, and your boss agrees, then they're not going to want to mess up the dynamic. So say, hey, boss, I know this about this person. I know that they on paper they look very qualified, they interview very well, but I just need you to trust me here. They're not a good fit because of X and Y. And I know that may be unfortunate to hear, but it's just my experience, and I just know it from my experience, it might be a headache, and I just want you to be aware of it because I want the best for the team. And if you have a good boss, then they'll listen to you. Um, and I know you said that they only take the opinion of one person, and that person is easily swayed. But that's just not the way to handle this. If they don't take your input and they hire the person anyways, then that's just is going to be a decision that you have to make for your own career. Um, it's really not sabotaging somebody in an interview is not professional. Here's the uh, here's the comment that I like really here. That kind of sabotaging is not professional. If you're on an interview panel but aren't the decision maker, offer your input and the reasons for it and let it go. If it's an internal candidate, get their current manager's input. If external, check their references. And if you know the candidate personally, excuse yourself from the process because you're biased. Maybe, maybe not. It's up to you. But I would just say, boss, this is what I have to say just from knowing this person, and this is how I feel. I would not try to sabotage them in their interview at all.
Miscommunicating. I just made a pilot, then they threw me on the stations. Nah, I'm not complaining. Nah, I'm not complaining. My thoughts get complicated. I cannot explain in lameness. Never losing focus because I ain't chasing payments. Still playing in the basement while I'm working on arrangements. They heard the kid in 50 countries. Thank God that's amazing. But I'd rather thank Spotify. They put me on the station.